Howdy do everyone, my name is Angie, and thank you for joining me today. Why is the entirety of Bohemian Rhapsody, in my chat? Just curious. Okay. Anyways, thank you for joining me today. I do have one announcement I can think of real fast. Should have wrote things down, didn't. But the one announcement I'm making is that on the 10th, it's going to be my birthday. And I will be streaming that day. So all of you are invited to my birthday stream. Again, mark your calendars. It is the 10th of this month. And it continues. Bohemian Rhapsody continues in the chat. Alright, so that was just my big announcement. Birthday stream on the 10th. Do not forget. But other than that, I'm probably going to forget. Okay. But other than that, I think we're ready to start. I don't really think there was anything else. What's a birthday? Oh, you know, just that day that reminds me I'm a year older. Alright, let's get started. I have my tea ready. I don't have my mic set up where it should be. 1 second, let me just fix that. I have it in my alternative setup right now. Hey, don't call me old. I'm not old. Happy birthday, thank you. It's 1 week from now, isn't it? Oh, God. That's hard to think about. Let me go into my crying face real fast. Thinking about being a year older. Happy birthday, old lady. Hey now! That's not nice. That's mean. Okay, well, I'm going to pretend that I don't see anything. And I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna play the game and not be hurt. Okay. Let's continue with charity. The game ended on... Okay, the comments always get cut off for some reason. YouTube, why do you do this to me? Okay. On TikTok, out of sheer coincidence. Ah, interesting. Oh, man. I need to find a way to, like, make this chat better on my screen. Sure, Granny, now let's get you to bed. Hey! Hold on now! Wait a second! Stop calling me old! I'm not old! I'm gonna start the game now. Chat is insulting me too much. Okay. Man, it's been a while since we've done Our Life. I'm not gonna remember any of the voices once again. Alright, let's see here. Cove pushed himself to his feet from where he had been, bent down in the sand, stretching out his back and groaning softly. A tired breath slipped past his lips as he wiped his brow, looking out over the shore. Oh, please, I know that people your age tend to be offended easily. What does that mean? Hold on now. Wait. What does it mean your age? Hold on. What is that saying about me? Ugh. Alright. Angie also rediscovers all of her key bindings because even though this is accurate to how I'm feeling, not exactly what I meant to press. Oh well, I'll continue smiling. That's an easy one to remember. No one say anything about memory. Alright. It looks great. You stood beside him, joining in the surveying of the sand that almost seemed to sparkle beneath the midday sun. The two of you had been out on the beach since sunrise, cleaning up and down the beach looking for various debris, and the work had paid off. Using a hand to shield your eyes from blinding rays, you glanced across the way where the other volunteers from Orca were gathered. They were easily recognizable by the high-vis vests they wore. It's true, people of your older generation are sometimes stubbornly set in their ways. I'm sorry? Excuse me? You want to say that again, Bear? You do not have a hill to stand on here! Ain't space as old as Angie. She's like a little younger. but not that younger. Your excuse? Hold on! Brat? Okay, nope, I'm gonna keep smiling and pretend that I don't hear any of that. I'm gonna move my avatar, actually. I forget for book club that I kind of need to move it a bit. Here we are. Now I'm only partially covering the words. She has a teeny weeny hill to stand on then. Yeah, it's not very big. Oh man. Alright, I think I already wrote... Yeah, I did read this. It looked as though everyone was about ready to wrap things up for the day. Happy to see it in a better state. Always clean the ocean, help the ocean, research the ocean. Ocean is important. I'm not biased. When do we get the forbidden mirrored avatar? What? You mean just turning my avatar around? No concern paid to asymmetry, just fully flip it. I flipped it before in OBS. I gotta remember how to do that. Hold on. I can flip it. I think. Why don't you try using one of those decorated borders so your character does not disrupt the text? I have thought about that before. I've looked into getting custom made ones or buying ones. I was going to do that for one of my other streams, and I ended up not being able to have it done in time. But I have been working on stuff like that. I'm constantly trying to do background work to improve how these things look. Let's see here. Nope, that's... Oh, wait, I think we're getting somewhere. There we go. There, I flipped. You happy with this? You happy, Space? I know that technology can be kind of difficult for older folks. Excuse you! Oh god, we're back to this, huh? Must be hard for an old lady such as to adapt to new technology. Excuse you! Oh god, the artist in me regrets it. Yeah, because you were the one that drew me? Now you get to be stuck with it. Oh boy, the stream is going to be fun. I can't wait till we get to my actual birthday stream. It was pretty sad looking when we got here. The beaches of this town were practically your own, personal backyard, and you visited them a lot. It felt good knowing that you were helping to take care of them. Oh no, how did I miss that? We're gonna be acting as if you were almost dying. Hold on! This is bullying. This is bullying. Okay, I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna smile and pretend that my chat is not bullying me right now. Too bad not everybody sees the joy in putting trash where it belongs. Oh well. Cove placed his hands on his hips, a pleased grin pulling at the corners of his mouth as he admired the work you'd both done. You had begun to realize during your time volunteering for the organization how seriously Cove took his service. It was easy to see that it was something important to him. I can't bully you anymore. I'm too ashamed of myself. of me flipping the art. I heard fish only live for up to a week. You're holding up quite nice, actually. I'm a monster, though. I'm a sea monster fish, you know. So, it's a little different. And also, Granny, hold on! Actually, never mind. I'm used to it now. Looks fine. Stop making a big deal out of it. I was never making a big deal out of it. In a lot of my pictures, in a lot of my videos, I flip this sprite all the time. You should save it for next week. No! Don't bully me! Let's see. Felt equally as invested. Always give it your best efforts. Enjoyed your work. I'm doing it because it's important. Obviously. Oh, why was there no Hollow Knight stream on this weekend? I got sick. I got sick. I'm still a little under the weather, but it's a lot better now. But yeah, that was my main reason. My voice was horrible all weekend. So it just wouldn't have been a good time. Yep, even sea monsters get sick. It was important that the ocean you grew up with was protected. It had always been a big part of your life, and you felt that the least you could do was give back to it in some way.
Rain.
Hey, nice work, Rain. Thanks. It's been a good year so far. It's crazy to think that it's already time to push the big event. You let out a big breath, thinking of the formal dinner that Orca organized every year. Being a completely fundraising focused event for larger donors, it was crucial for the organization's projects in this year to come. You had to be over 18 to attend, so this was your first opportunity to actually see it in person. All you had heard about it so far was that it was a prim and proper occasion, with speeches and everything. Granny is sick! Is it worse than we thought? She's already on her deathbed? Wait a second! Hold on here! No one's dying! I'm not old! Oh, she's aging and needed her sleep, but we'll go with the tummy hurting? What? Excuse all of you! How old are you right now? I'm not saying! Don't ask a fish her age! Like 60-something? Hold on now, I'm much older than that! How dare you! Oh man, how long do you humans live? I don't remember anymore. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Something between 20 and 200. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. You didn't know what else to expect from it, as you weren't a part of the group who planned the evening. Before the big night came around, the volunteers would have to sell the tickets for it, and that's where you'd be helping. How I'd feel about prim and proper events? Probably not. She's too old for numbers. Wait. What do you mean I'm too old for numbers? How old are we making me? Okay, I guess I'd be nervous about it. You looked down at the sand shyly, twisting your fingers together. It was going to be a fancy and full of very important strangers. I can agree with you there. It's part of the program, though. I just don't feel excited about attending a super formal meal with proper etiquette and stuff, you know. What does that mean, Cove? Numbers are not enough to calculate your age anymore. How ancient am I? Before the universe, there was nothing. And before there was nothing, there was Angie the Witch. Wait! How old am I? I'm ancient to this chat, apparently. I wouldn't go beginning of time. Before the universe, the sea had to exist for me to exist. He threw his arms out to the side, making a bit of a show at how ridiculous it seemed to him. I've got sand all over my room and only one nice shirt, and I go barefoot pretty much wherever I go. I'm going to be so out of place, you Neanderthal. Cove. What's your name again? You caveman. You go barefoot everywhere? Oh man. You are a sea monster, and before there was nothing, there were monsters. Therefore, there was you. Whoa. The universe is but a vast ocean. Am I a space fish now? Your cousin Cthulhu is on the ocean. As old as the universe? Cthulhu's my cousin now? The sea had to exist for me to exist. Not true. Grasshoppers predate grass just as you predate all of known existence. I really am becoming an ancient being to you guys. Angie lore expanded. Chat creates my lore. Oh my god. Oh man. I'm gonna continue. Oh my gosh. I don't want to have to worry about manners, lol. You can make it work for one night, Cove. You can make it work for one night. It'll only be a few hours, then it'll be all over and you can go back to the sea. Cove chuckled softly under his breath, smoothing his hair away from his face. I guess you're right. A small beeping noise came from Cove's pant pocket and he pulled it out and glanced at the screen. Huh? It's the organizers. They've sent a text to the group. Time to call it a day here. Sure, Granny. Hey now. Hey. No calling the sea monster Granny. Okay. Alright, ready to head to our next activity? Cove tucked his cell away eagerly, turning to you. Let's head over and drop the trash bags off at the trucks. Then we can drive back and join the ticket team. We've got to be there pretty soon to relieve them. I was about to say to revive them, as if they were dead. Sorry, grandmother? Hey! Stop! I'm not your grandmother! Stop calling me that! I have bad news. When I found that Our Life video on my FYP, the video was bullying Cove. Oh no! Poor Cove. He's always being bullied. With a stretch of... yeah, that's right. With a stretch of shore this long, the plan was to switch places with the other team, who had been pushing the tickets for the fundraising dinner halfway through. It would be a full day of work, but it was Orca's largest event of the year, and all hands were on deck to make sure it was a success. I guess with the normal track record, we'll start pushing Cove. It's what he deserves. Hey! You know that Gravity Falls meme from the Ultimate Date Quiz? They were saying he was questionable. Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched Gravity Falls, but I think I know what you're talking about. Hold on, I'm gonna take a water break for a second. Gravity Falls was a masterpiece. I love that show. Alright. The tea I brought up is now at a, like, perfect temperature now. Ah yes, a fish taking a break to drink water. Absolute cinema. Water's important for all animals. Definitely fish, though. I can't survive without it. Time to go. He resisted, leaning his weight against your hands and digging his feet in the sand. With a burst of laughter, you pulled away quickly, and he almost fell backwards into the sand.
Hey!
He joined in with the laughter while stumbling to catch himself. You collected the trash bags spread along the way together, heading across the beach to hoist them into the trucks before heading off to the next job. The drive back to your neighborhood and making your way to the shopping street was fairly quick, though Cove stressed a little about being late. Luckily, he was able to find a parking spot nice and close to where you needed to be. You jumped out of the car and quickly went towards where you knew the group would be. Finally reaching the stall that was set up to sell tickets, you stopped for a moment to catch your breath. That was quite the flurry of activity. It would be your job for the rest of the afternoon to help sell tickets for the fundraising dinner. And looking around the street, you saw that there were plenty of potential buyers out today. That would hopefully help to move the tickets along. Angie is the kind to choke on water and drink water to stop choking. What does that mean? Hold on here. What does that mean? What are you saying about me? The stall itself was simple, a portable table with a few plush sea animals as decorations and a banner stuck across the front. Can I keep the plushies? I want the plush sea animals. Hello, how are you today? I'm doing good. How are you? Glad to see you could join us. It means what it means, Granny. Stop calling me Granny. I'm not Granny. Boom, roasted. No, I'm not roasted. Stop, I'm not roasted. Oh, man. There were two volunteers who were already packing up and getting ready to head off to the beach. They gave both of you a friendly smile as you arrived. Hey, Cove, Rain, how'd things go at the beach?
Not bad.
It was good. And the place is looking great. We're lucky to get... Wow. Can't read because my cat is distracting me. Roasted to fried fish and I am hungry? No! Don't fry me, don't eat me. And I'm not roasted. I thought my cat was gonna jump up here, but he actually just disappeared. I don't know where he went. I guess Oliver left. Hey, Oliver, space loves you. I think he got that. He disappeared because you didn't tell him I love him? I just shouted it. We're lucky to get a 2-for-1 when it comes to you guys. Cove cleared his throat awkwardly from beside you, and you notice his cheeks flushing pink. Here we go again. Yeah, they just always, for some reason, say we're dating or something or whatever. Can't believe they think that. Haha. A valiant effort, but too little too late. Well, I'm sorry, Space. I'll be sure to tell him every time I see him that you love him, okay? I'll do that for you. Let's see. We decided we're still nervous around Cove, right? Like, that's still a thing. You're just gonna address me as Granny from now on, huh? Remember, Granny, when people say you've been roasted, just say that you are roasty because you are too hot. Right. I'm not Granny. Okay? Stop calling me Granny. Okay, anyways. Probably we still act nervous because we're supposed to still be nervous around Cove. You could tell that they weren't trying to embarrass you on purpose, but you wish they hadn't said anything at all. The volunteers made room for you and Cove behind the table, while they circled around to the front of it. Thanks for coming in for a shift. We'd better make this quick so we can head off to the next place. No problem. What do you need us to do? We're ready for whatever is needed. One of the volunteers handed you a clipboard with all of the details needed to sell tickets, while the other tossed a set of keys to Cove, which he caught with ease. Sup, Grandma? Does that sound better? No! Grandma doesn't sound better. Stop calling me anything with grand in it. Oh. Those are for the money box and supply kit. Make sure to keep them on you at all times. Aside from handling the cash and the tickets, there's also a form on the clipboard for the guests to fill in their info. That way we know how many tickets we've sold, and who will be attending the event. There's a small script beneath that if you get stuck for what to say, and that's about it. Pretty simple, huh? Uh-huh. I think we've got this. Satisfied that you knew what you were doing, the volunteers said their goodbyes and started walking away, leaving you and Cove to manage the stall alone. The keys jingled in his hand as Cove waved them off, before he stuffed them into the pocket of his pants for safekeeping. Yeah, here is Cove Bambi. Yep! He's so cute. Sup, Ma? Does that sound better? It doesn't have grand on it. Just like you asked. Are you calling me Mom now? What? I don't think that makes much sense. You gave them a small wave goodbye as they left. Once the volunteers were out of sight, Cove dropped down into a chair behind the counter with a sigh. Perhaps. I don't think I have the energy for Mom. I don't think the energy matches for it. I don't know what energy I have, but I don't think it's the mom energy. We made it here just in time. It's cool we traded places with nothing happening. They might have been late getting to cleanup duty. He leaned back in his seat, getting full comfortable in the space, and gave you a small smile. Definitely not. Glad we could agree. Yeah, you were like way older sister. I'm older sister, huh? Honestly, grandma energy is generous? What does that mean? What? I know that sounds weird, but I want Cove's mom and dad to be my sugar mommy and daddy. Please don't tell Cove this. I get that. I get that, man. That is relatable. Like, older than our mom? What? More like the mean old grandparents who rent the condo down from the street? That's just mean. That hurts, Space. That's just rude. I'm gonna drink some water to take my mind off of what you just said. No, this is sad. Is that what the nickname is gonna be? Am I the older sister now? Is that the role I've taken up? Okay, anyways. He leaned back in his seat, getting fully comfortable in the space, and gave you a small smile. I'll take the other seat. It was just a simple plastic chair that squeaked when you sat on it, but it gave you a good view of the street. Let's see. Things could still go wrong. You never know. We could make a disaster out of this yet. Don't listen to that meanie, sis. You'll forever be a geezer to me. No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna smile and, pick an option. Let's see. We'll return to Smile. It had been a bit of a mad rush to get here, but everything had turned out alright in the end. Cove rummaged around the station a little, picking up a stuffed toy orca and holding it up in front of his face. I want it! I want a toy orca! That sounds so cute! I'm starting to feel bad for Angie now. Yes, feel bad for me. Feel bad for me. I want an orca plushie now. I have a dolphin plushie, but I don't think I have an orca plushie. I want one. I want a ton of sea life plushies. You had to admit that it was pretty cute. With its big, bulging eyes and oversized flippers, I want it! Orca supremacy! I want it, I want it, I want it! Setting it back down on top of the table, Cove moved to check out the rest of the stall, finding a cooler stashed beneath the table. Is there not an option to steal the plushie? Is there no option for it? When he pulled it out and opened the lid, you could see that it was filled with half-melted ice cubes and about half a dozen bottles of water. Grabbing one of the plastic bottles, he unscrewed the cap and took a long drink. You watched the condensation running along the side and onto his fingers.
So?
Do you want one? I want the plushie. Cove set his water to the side of the table before pulling out another, holding it out towards you. Yeah, I'll accept it. Water is important. Thanks. More Bohemian Rhapsody. After opening it up, you took a drink out and let out a satisfied sigh. You hadn't realized how thirsty you had been, and it was always good to stay hydrated. Uh-oh. Excuse me. I'm still getting over my cold. Is now a good time to remind you guys that I was sick all weekend? It's been on your mind for the last week. It's an addicting song. You should hear it with a bunch of people singing it on karaoke night. Fun times. After opening it up, you took a drink and let out a satisfied sigh. You hadn't realized how thirsty you had been, but it was always good to stay hydrated. Pretty sure I read that, but it's important to stay hydrated. The two of you got settled in easily, and you took the chance to look over the paperwork on the clipboard. Cove joined you, leaning over your shoulder to get a better look. Seems like pretty standard stuff. He muttered, and you nodded quietly. It had general info about the event and the work you needed to do at the stall, as well as the amount of tickets sold thus far and the number remaining. I was trying to remember what to say when someone sneezes. You're good. Bless you is in fact correct. You can also say excuse you and stuff like that. Bless you I think is the most polite though. Cove tapped a finger on the counter as he read quietly over the notes, muttering a few things now and then that you didn't fully hear. He seemed content to be there, and you were sure that the afternoon would pass by quickly. When he glanced out towards the crowd and made a small sound, you followed his line of sight to see that a potential supporter was on their way over to the booth. Let's see. In person, I am not the best when it comes to, like, selling products and stuff. But you're even older than my older brother. I'm not gonna confirm or deny anything about my age. Let's see. I'm filled with anxiety constantly, so let's try to relax. All in all, it was a pretty easy task, and you were sure that you and Cove were going to do great at it. You gave the customer an easygoing smile, casually flowing into a conversation with them. Time passed as the two of you manned the stall, and as people approached, your sales pitch would either have them asking for a ticket or two, or heading off and mumbling maybe next time. All in all, you managed to sell a decent amount of tickets, and you could tell that Cove was happy with the outcome. As the afternoon drifted along, 6 p.m. arrived. Time to pack everything up and head home for the evening. Your work with Orca was far from over, but right now, there was only one thing left to focus on: attending the actual event. Today is his birthday, but I swear he has been 28 for the past 3 years. Oh yeah, she's way older than that. Hey now. Hey. I will not disclose my age, but as a sea monster, yeah, our lifespans can be fascinating. I guess compared to humans. The days continued on in a normal flow, and before long, the night of the Orca fundraiser dinner was upon you. Just noticed that the background looks like the beach I've been to in Brazil. Yeah? I want to go to the beach. I think the game is supposed to take place in California. Imagine Cove meeting Night Furry. I'm trying to imagine how that would be. Alright, let's see here. Let's see. Have I already read this part? Yeah, I did. It was early evening, and you were in your room getting ready as the minutes ticked closer and closer towards the time you needed to leave. Okay, we can have Liz helping us and Cove on speakerphone. Yeah! Let's do it! You were currently in the midst of picking out an outfit, which Liz was helping you with, while Cove gave his input from the phone. Of course, Cove couldn't see any of the items you and Liz were choosing between, but he was trying to help all the same. The event had strict guidelines, and you wouldn't be let in unless you were dressed to code. That meant having to find a truly professional outfit, but one that you were also happy with. I like dressing fancy every now and then. I mean, I'm usually in my swimsuit wear and stuff, but dressing fancy every now and then is pretty fun. I don't know why, but every time I watch Our Life Vids, like this stream that I watch now, I'm always thinking of How to Train Your Dragon franchise. Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon is great. Wear a suit. 3-piece tuxedo. I want to wear a dress, though. I like wearing dresses. Apart from your birthday, will there be any day that you won't be able to stream? I am streaming on my birthday. So that will be on Monday. So I will be streaming on Monday, and we're gonna do something special for it. Not being able to stream? I try to stream now, Mondays, Wednesdays, and, Saturdays are the days that I try to stream. But, you know, sometimes stuff happens. There's been a lot of, storms in my area that have been taking out a lot of my power, which is why streams have been kind of, like, unpredictable recently. And then I got sick, so, you know, health is also a factor. But there's no days, I can think of coming up that I'm gonna be canceling. I do have family coming in this week, but I'm still planning on streaming. Okay, chat is spamming suits, and I did say I'd go with whatever chat wanted. Okay. Suit it is, I guess. I'll continue. There were a couple of outfits that didn't get nearly as much use as you would have liked, and now was the time to show them off. You smiled as you picked your way through the items, your excitement shining bright.
That's fine.
You don't need to get too in your head thinking about the look, but you do need to hurry up and pick something. At this rate, you're going... Wow. I forgot, like, all the voices that I was doing. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Gonna have more tea for a minute. Look me in the eye and try to tell me that beautiful women in suits aren't the entire world, Angie. Listen, I do agree. Women in suits are amazing. But I also like dresses. I think dresses are really pretty as well, okay? I like wearing dresses. I like flowing dresses. They're cute. Dresses are fine, and suits are good too. Ever seen Machina? Yes. Machina? Yes I have. Multiple times. Yes. Also, Chainsaw Man is amazing. Please read it. Okay. Where were we? Right. At this rate, you're gonna have a better time picking out your outfit than at the party itself. But whatever you go with, it'll be great. Let's see. Oh, aren't you helpful, Liz? Never thought I'd see the day when Cove Holden would encourage me to wear something formal. That's funny. I gladly wear a dress on my wedding if it meant I could see my love of your life in a suit. Like, look, I get it, man. I get it. Suits are awesome. I just also like dresses. I like both. There was, like, I play Ensemble Stars, and they did an event fairly recently, the Unit Valkyrie, where they had, like, a wedding dress / suit outfit that they wore. And, like, it was pretty cool. I liked it. Okay, I'll stop. I like both. Okay. Where were we? Right. A quiet chuckle came from your phone, and you smiled at the sound. Yeah, this really is a once-in-a-lifetime event. Okay, Cove. Taking a deep breath to refocus yourself, you looked over the options one last time. It was time to decide on an outfit, and quick. Okay, chat. The button down? Is that what we're going with? You gotta tell me. Button down. Yep, I thought so. Liz nodded in approval, clapping her hands together, satisfied.
Good.
Finally, we're making some progress. That sounds like it'd be totally fine. Chainsaw Man changed my view on final boss battles. Like, the ending where Denji was wearing a suit was way better than if he was in his normal clothing. Yeah, I love Chainsaw Man. Like, I've read the manga, and it's so good. It's so good. Definitely, for anyone watching, read Chainsaw Man. It's a really good story. One day I'll finish it. One day! I'm wearing the same type of thing. Standing in front of your mirror, you quietly assessed your outfit. We'll add an accessory. It needed a little something extra to finish it all off. Rummaging through the rest of your wardrobe, you picked out what you needed to complete your outfit. Where's the anklet? Ah, there it is. You had to quickly remove your shoes to slip on the anklet before stepping back into them again. Sorry for my bad English. I heard you correcting me. Sorry for making you have to use your brain. No, you're good. Your English is still really good. Don't worry about it. It's literally like space. I'm correcting her English sometimes because she writes things wrong. It's not noticeable at all, trust me. Let's see. We can wear a necklace with it. I have a necklace on right now, so that works. Turning back to the mirror, you let Liz drape your best necklace around your neck and clasp it together at the back. Let's see. How about a watch? We can look like a business lady. Grabbing your watch from the bedside table, you fastened it around your wrist and quickly checked the time. It was almost time to go. We'll do a tie. Make the whole look, you know. Sure, I'll do a ring. Liz took the item from your hands and helped to tie it around your neck correctly. You stepped in front of the mirror when she was done, nodding in approval. We'll do a ring. You couldn't leave your house without slipping on that. Holding your hand up to the light, you quietly admired the way it glinted. Wow. I'll be on the live for support, but can't type, okay? Yeah, that's fine. Have a good time. Buy a ring for Cove to please him and ask him to marry you. I want Cove to propose to me. Let's see, we'll do a belt as well. You slipped a belt around your waist and fastened the buckle, nodding at your reflection in approval. That's good. And with that, we'll have Liz do our makeup. Some sister bonding. Leaning up in front of the mirror again, you spoke over your shoulder. Do you think you could help me with some makeup for tonight? Absolutely. I'll show you everything I know. You're welcome for that. Thank you. With that, Liz really got into gear. She worked deftly to apply all the details without holding you up too long, all while keeping you informed on what was happening to your face.
Oh?
You're really going all in, aren't you? Of course. Finally, you were dressed. It had all come together. Okay, just gotta change my shirt and then I'll be in the car. See you in a minute. When you looked at Liz again, she had a goofy smile pulling at her lips. You look very nice, Rain. Okay, let's see. I do look good, don't I? You admired your reflection in the mirror, happy with the outfit you'd picked out. Liz wiped a pretend tear away from her finger, sniffing dramatically. Oh, precious Rain, you're really all grown up. It happened in the blink of an eye when I wasn't even looking. She chuckled to herself, nudging you towards the door. All right. Time to get downstairs. Your special boy awaits. You carefully headed down the stairs and into the living room, where your moms were waiting for your appearance. As you entered, they both stood from the couch and came over to you, smiling broadly. You look wonderful, Rain. Nice. And very mature, too. I know, right? They continued to coo and fuss over you until you managed to brush them off, Ma and Mom, by the arm, and Mom took Mom by the arm and held her close, the two of them admiring you proudly. I always hated wearing makeup, but it was always nice when my older sisters would help me apply some for special occasions. Wearing it sucked, but the ritual was nice. That's about how I feel. Like, I don't like wearing makeup much, but like, sometimes on special occasions my mom would help me with my makeup, and I always liked that. It was such a nice ritual. I enjoy the attention. How do you like my outfit? Another round of praise began, and you smiled happily to yourself. It was nice being so lauded. Ma came in to give you one last hug, and before you knew it, another pair of arms were wrapped around you, and then a third. Both Mom and Liz giggled as they hugged you tight. Aww. We hope you have... Wow. What voice? I keep, forgetting the voices I do for these characters. We hope you have so much fun tonight.
Have fun.
We won't wait up for you. Stay out as long as you need. You're old enough now. With the last wave goodbye, you left your family and approached the front door. It was time. Stepping out into the night, you closed the door behind you gently and looked out across the street. I know this would sound weird, but I thought Lonnie was pregnant because she was touching her belly. Yeah, I always found it weird, her pose kind of interesting. Some of the poses in this I find kind of interesting. Cove was standing there in the street. His eyes met yours immediately, as if he had been watching your house for the moment you would come out. He smiled bashfully. Hey, Rain. Hi. You took the chance to check over his outfit as he walked across the way to meet you. It was formal for sure, though didn't feel overly posh. It made sense for him and was honestly a sight for sore eyes. He was always beautiful to you. Aww. He looked you over as well, a subtle blush creeping over his face as he quickly cleared his throat and averted his gaze. You... He seemed to be struggling to find something to say, rubbing at the exposed part of his arm awkwardly. Thank you for coming with me, and for dressing really nice for this. Your outfit looks good. Better than good, really. Great, I guess. Something else? So yeah. His gaze traveled downwards to take in your full form, and he suddenly froze, his eyes widening on what you were sure was the tasteful anklet peeking out from above your shoes. Tasteful anklet? What would be a distasteful anklet? Cove turned his very red face away from you, and you peered at him adoringly as he mumbled to himself. Oh my god. As you imagined, the choice of accessory had him fully flustered. You knew how he felt about them, and he knew that you knew how he felt about them. The purposefulness of teasing him this way likely had an even bigger impact than even seeing you in the anklet. You started to wonder if it was a good idea after all. Cove acting like that was killing you, and you hadn't even started the trip to the dinner yet. It took a great amount of effort to focus your thoughts and react to his overall assessment to your look. You look very nice too. I'm not gonna do the fourth option. That fourth option though. You glanced over him from head to toe, noting that his shirt, pants, and shoes were all shiny and new. Very nice indeed. He ducked his head a little to hide his expression, but you didn't need to see it to know he was pleased that you had said so. Thanks. Then he shook his head, glancing back towards the garage and throwing a thumb over his shoulder, spoke. Gotta step away to make myself food. Okay, see you in a minute, Bear. Cove Boy is blushing and it looks cute like Bambi, right? He's so cute.
Come on.
We should probably get going. Wouldn't want to be late to such a grown-up event, right? Yeah, let's go. You headed over to Cove's car together, hopping in and strapping on your seatbelt. You were on your way. The event was being held at a place you had never been before. You brought up the location on your phone to help Cove navigate there. It took some time to find the right address, and once there, you were met with the task of finding a parking spot. Though you were on time, it seemed like everyone else had already showed up and claimed their spaces. Eventually, you found a suitable place, Before realizing that it required payment, Cove covered the amount, taking a ticket from the machine and leaving it on the dashboard of the car. Despite the small holdup, you managed to ultimately make it to the event and confirm you were on the guest list before being shown into the dining area. Cove whistled low as he looked around, taking in the extravagance of the room. Chandeliers hung from the ceiling, and the entire place was decked out with beautiful oceanic displays. I love this place. Hey, welcome back, Yuji. This place looks amazing. You were stunned yourself. It was extremely high class, even more so than you already expected. It's so nice. You had to be impressed by the work that had gone into making everything look this lovely, and how everyone had dressed up in their best outfits for the night. Seeing Cove smile as he took in the sights made you think he must be feeling the same way. The sound of your names being called out echoed over the din in the room. When you looked around, you recognized a couple of the organization leaders looking your way. They approached you both in greeting, giving you a welcoming smile and a hello. Cove, Rain, we're glad to see you could make it, especially after all the hard work you've done to help make this night happen.
Of course.
Definitely. I wasn't gonna miss it. I wouldn't miss it either. This is our big night. Of course we had to see what we were working towards. Well, thank you for being part of the team. You're always welcome to help us out with activities whenever they come up. Thank you. Cove shrugged then, eyes darting around the place with an awkward look.
So...
I guess we should talk to more people. There isn't much else to do at an event like this. You found your way into groups of people who were standing around chatting while some light music played in the background. Can we dance? Can I dance with Cove? Absolutely. Knocking me out? Hey, hold on. It's Rain is the one that's the character, not me. Servers with large silver trays were gliding between the guests, offering drinks and canopies. Cove approached various people. That's not what it said, but Cove approached various people as you wound your way through the guests. He managed broaching new conversations well. You weren't so good in social situations yourself, so mostly followed Cove around and joined in on his conversation. Luckily, everyone there that night was polite. God, I need water. Dying. Can you rename the character next time you play? Yeah, I let chat decide the name of the character when I first played this, so the name can be whatever you want. Tango's nice. Personally, I really like swing dance. It was always fun to do. Could also do a waltz, I guess. That's more of the traditional partner dance. Hi, welcome in. All right, water break's over. I'll get back to reading. You weren't so good in social situations yourself, so mostly followed Cove around and joined in on the conversations. Luckily, everyone there that night was polite. The sound of a microphone crackling came from the podium at the other end of the room. Someone who you assumed must be the host for the evening was asking everyone to sit down in preparation for the meal and speeches. You and Cove looked for your table, finding it easily enough by the little name cards that were placed delicately beside the napkins. A few others joined you at the table, though they weren't anyone that you recognized. The host was still speaking as people were settling, starting off the speeches by giving a welcome to everyone attending. She went on to provide some more information about Orca, which you supposed was for the guests who weren't a part of the organization, and the purpose of the fundraiser tonight. Orca's goals, as she explained it, were to aid in the conservation and restoration of oceans and beaches. There were many people who had helped to make the group as successful as it was. When she read off a list of several volunteers who worked on making the event happen, Cove's name was one of the first to come up. His chest puffed out in pride at that. Your name then came up a little further down the list. You were smiling from ear to ear at the mention. As she continued to thank the large donors from the event, you checked over at Cove. Where is Bear? She went off to make food. So she ditched us for a little while. So be on your best behavior. Huckabee might have a crush. Just a bit. I have a crush too if we're going in that direction. He was still grinning happily to himself and tapping his fingers over the tops of his knees, pretty pleased to have been mentioned by name. Let's see. Laugh at his reaction. It was good to see all his hard work paying off, but his giddiness was also funny. While the host continued speaking, multiple servers dressed in black were setting the first course of the menu in front of the guests. One of the servers set down a plate in front of you, and you thanked them quietly before looking over the dish with interest. Wow. I stopped being able to read all of a sudden. You recognized the dish as a simple Caesar salad. The host quickly wrapped up the end of her speech, thanking everyone once more before inviting you to begin your meal. Anyone who had included a special dietary note when signing up for the event received a vegan or vegetarian version. And there were also small baskets of bread set around the table. Okay. I just eat the bread. I'm a carnivore. Cove flipped down his salad before munching into a breadstick, quietly devouring that as well. I hope the next part comes out soon, and is bigger. You could hear him mumbling to himself as he reached over for another piece of bread. He glanced around the table, and you followed his line of sight with curiosity, noting that everyone else was still eating the salad. Stopping his hand mid-air, he quickly pulled back and rested it on his lap, without taking another breadstick after all. It was clear that he was starting to feel unsure of himself, and he looked a little out of place here. He folded his arms and turned away from them to you. You didn't like the salad? Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Caesar salad, to be honest. By the way, the song that I'm singing on chat is called Stalker's Tango. But I'm not a stalker, I'm just singing a tango song. Got it. No worries, I didn't think you were. Man, chat has been singing a lot. When I started, before I even started the game, someone was singing, well, Yuji was singing Bohemian Rhapsody, and has sung Bohemian Rhapsody throughout this day. And now we're singing another song. I get it. His gaze remained purposely tunneled on you, as if he was trying not to think about the rest of what the table might be doing. I give him a pat on the head. Make silly faces at the other guests. Pick up the breadstick and give it to Cove. Aw. Flip them off! What? Okay, let's see. I kind of want to give him a head pat. I kind of want to pat his head. His lips tilted up at the corners as he seemed touched by the reassurance. It wasn't much longer until the main course was arriving, and the various chicken, steak, and veggie dishes were being served throughout the room. An array of scents wafted through the room, making your mouth water. Steak. We're choosing the steak. In honor of, Josh, who can't be here, I'm choosing steak. Don't flip him off. Head pat. Yeah, exactly. It was nice that you had been given the option of how you liked your steak cooked, and the meal on the plate in front of you seemed perfectly to your taste. Cove had gone for the steak, and once he started to dig in, he was completely absorbed by his meal. You're gonna choke if you keep inhaling your food like that. He retorted without even looking up from the dish. Most of the people here can do CPR, so it'll be fine. That's quite the response. What game is this? This game is called Our Life. It is a visual novel that is very, very, very customizable. So you can really customize your character to an insane degree. The chat is singing songs today, including me. You should sing on stream too. Oh god. I don't think anyone wants to hear that. I might sing on Monday since that's my birthday. I might sing on that stream. But only maybe. Not proud to say this, but if my significant other gave me head pats, I don't know what I'd do. It's so affectionate, it's nice. I would have flipped them off. I mean, it's an option. I'm surprised it is, but it's an option. More singing. Sing away, chat. I'll let you have it. You shook your head in amusement as he continued fervently eating at the same pace. Dinner eventually ended, and last of all was dessert, a lemon sorbet that had been partially dyed blue. The mix of white with bold streaks of blue made the little scoop to look like a ball of roaring ocean waves. That's cute. I like that. I'm too lazy to type that all out. Aw, come on! The effect was very pretty, but the serving size was small. Perhaps it was the price to pay for artistry. You turned to Cove to find him pouting a little at the size of it. Digging into the dessert, it took him only a few bites to polish it off. Again, the other people around the table had barely even begun eating. An unimpressed air settled over him as he sat back in his chair, sipping at his water unhappily. Oh, poor guy. A 4-minute song. A 4 whole minute song. It's too much. Aw, come on. To be fair, I probably wouldn't type it all out either. We can get more dessert later. After we leave this place, we can stop for ice cream. Or tea and cookies and stuff like that. You gave him an encouraging smile. He looked up at you sheepishly, embarrassed to have been caught sulking over such a thing. He fumbled for defense.
I mean...
It just looks really good, that's all. And now it's gone. But I'm okay. With a slight grin, he shrugged to show that he was really fine. Would you like a bite of mine? You scooped up a spoonful of your sorbet and offered it to him, holding a hand beneath it to avoid any drips. His eyes widened as he eyed the dessert hungrily, surprised by the offer. Rizz 'em up, Angie, yeah! I'm dancing tango with Cove while the stalkers tango plays. Wearing a red dress, shoes, and a crown of red roses. Nice. I mean, if chat was not a little botched and allowed me to type everything on one message, I would. Gotcha. Oh, hold on. Just got a notification from somewhere. Okay, that's not important. Good thing. Let's continue. His eyes widened as he eyed the dessert hungrily, surprised by the offer. Recovering quickly, he leaned forward over the table, lifting out of his chair a little as he ate the treat from your spoon, not shy at all. As he sat back, humming happily with his mouth full, you couldn't help but smile at the sight. Cove swallowed the Fox Ocean and let out a satisfied sigh, even though it wasn't that much more. The simple fact that he had gotten more hit the spot.
Thanks.
Thanks, Rain. You're welcome. You thought back on the way he used to be so terrified of sampling food that was yours, and now he hardly batted an eye. It was always amazing when you were struck with how he'd grown and how he's stayed the same. And yeah, I'd be nice, and then start being mean. So like this has been a long-running series on this channel. You know, it was one of the first things I streamed, and we're still like getting through it and everything. It's a long game. We were such assholes to him. We were so mean to him when we started this. It wasn't quite enemies to lovers, but like, man, we did not like each other when we started this game. Oh. I swear if I was, on the table next to them, I'd scream for them to get a room. Be mean right now? Sure. If an option comes out that lets me. Let's see. Yeah, we read that. Okay. Another person from Orca got up on stage to make a speech as everyone was nearing the end of their meal. They spoke mostly about the individual projects that the organization was working on and their plans for the near future, as well as encouraging anyone who was interested to consider volunteering. No, don't be mean to him. Now, for like future reference, for like everyone new to my visual novel streams, you know, our book club streams, I simply go with the option choice that I see in chat most of the time. So if you beat me to the option choice, I click the option choice you gave me. So if you end up wanting me to be mean to them, I will be. Cove bent forward over the table with his chin bounced on his head, listening attentively to the words. As they came to a conclusion and everyone gave them a round of applause, Cove caught your eye and smiled. You wondered what would happen now. And then the lights dimmed. A couple of spotlights came on, projecting a water light effect around the room. Aw, that's cool. I love that. He did nothing wrong apart from trying to fight the ocean. Yeah, not the best move on his part. But in his defense, he was like 7? The guests gushed over the ambiance, and you looked around with wide eyes at the ripples of the water on the walls. The DJ that had previously been playing some soft mood music in the background announced that the floor was open for dancing, slowly turning the volume up so it drifted through the space. When you glanced at Cove, his eyebrows had shot up and he mumbled quietly.
Huh.
I didn't know there would be dancing. I guess it makes sense now that I think about it. Yeah, 7-year-olds are stupid. Do you still remember anything about when you were 7 years old, Angie? I remember a lot of things from like random memories from my childhood. Now I'm going to sing a song from a movie called Rio, and the song name is called Hot Wings. Go for it! I mean, I told you that one story of being in the bounce house, and, everyone jumped to one side of the house, and it tipped over, and I was on the side that was tipping over, and so I grabbed onto the mesh, and was just dangling there. I could have died. Yeah, a lot of my memories are like bits and pieces. I remember memories from being 4 years old because I moved at that age. That was the first time I ever moved. And so, like, I remember that pretty well. Damn, your memory's that good? Bits and pieces. Bits and pieces. I can't remember what I ate today, but I remember random things from years and years ago. Going to dance with Cove? Okay. He gave an awkward laugh as you both watched as people rose from their seats. It was clear now that many of the donors were couples. A small crowd had started to form on the dance floor, and the DJ played a romantic song to get everyone started off. Cove let his gaze float over the small sea of guests, and he seemed lost in thought. A serious expression had settled on his face, making his eyebrows dip. Slowly, he turned to you, though there was something cautious in his approach. It's been long and still remember it? How long? About 13.4 billion years? Hey now! I'm not that old! What are you insinuating? Say no to him? I think you're outnumbered here, Tabby. Okapi has been saying since the beginning that she's wanted me to dance with him. So I think in this case you're a little outmatched. Okapi beat you by a lot. Would you want to dance with me? Oh yeah, probably 13.3 billion years then? What? No! Stop putting billions next to my age! I'd love to. His face lit up. You could tell even beneath that dim light. Aw. He's like a puppy. Done cooking? What I'd miss? Chat keeps trying to say that I'm over 1 billion years old. We're dancing with Cove now. And Tabby wants me to be mean to him, so I guess the Be Mean to Cove force is back. Bro's not that far up. Hey now. Watch what you say. Well, you are! Hold on! Ugh. Tell Chad it's my birthday just once, and now everyone's just like, oh, you're like 1 billion years old. Ah! I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna keep playing. He nodded firmly as he rose from his seat, though you noticed his hands shaking at his sides. You walked out onto the floor together, hesitating a little while you turned and stood face to face. Cove had a hard time meeting your eyes, but he lifted a hand for you to take, unsure of what else he was meant to do. You tentatively accepted his hand, hoping yours wasn't trembling too much against his. It took some time, but amidst your nervous laughter, you managed to find a comfortable enough position and set a rhythm to the music. It was quite nice after that. Every time your eyes met Cove's, he would look away, quickly, but he seemed to be enjoying the dance nonetheless. Eventually, he felt comfortable enough to speak. A lot has happened, huh? You nodded faintly. You weren't sure if he meant just today, this summer, or your entire time knowing each other. So from what I've gathered till now, Angie is a sea monster. She is infinite years old, and she is Cthulhu's cousin. The lore has expanded. I would like to say that is not confirmed lore. I am a sea monster, but the rest of that is fan-made. It autocorrected, lol, that was supposed to be 6 millions. Matt Pat reference. Nah, it's the cannon. She's not infinite, just old. Hey! I'm taking another water break. It's a canon event, Angie. Hey now. You take that back. Thanks for watching. What do you mean thanks for watching? No. I didn't sign off to this. I'm going back to reading. Back to reading. He nodded. We already read that. But it didn't really matter. It was true either way. Thinking back on the years that you and Cove had been neighbors, it was difficult to even try to reflect on it all at once.
I'm so glad.
I'm glad we ended up here. He gave you a soft look and you beamed, knowing that could also mean many things. But from his tone, you were certain he didn't only you were certain he okay, wow, words. You were certain he didn't only mean here at this event. It was more than that. I think we have to tell your dad thanks. Thanks for paying me off, Mr. Holden. We really are singing in the chat. Every other time I look over, there's like more song lyrics. Let's see. Let's tell your dad thanks. Probably. You loved him. Fully and completely. You did. I forgot we chose that, didn't we? I was playing this game. If I was playing this game, he would have already been dead. And the song is over. Thanks for serenading us. Oh yes, Angie being bullied to the sound of Ogre singing Hot Wings. Well, it's true. The party eventually started to wind down, and at last it came to an end. When the main lights turned on, you blinked against the brightness of them, making sure you still had Cove in your sights. One final speaker came up to the podium on the stage, thanking all the guests for coming and wishing everyone a good night. It was bittersweet to see it come to a close. Your time with Cove here was precious, at least the memories could be brought with you. Giving the space one more look, you walked together with Cove out to the parking lot. Yeah, she was singing the song while dancing with Cove, obviously. It wasn't to me being bullied. The other guests were doing the same, so you got stuck in a bit of a crowd. Though Cove was so tall, you could always see him, and it was easy enough not to get separated. The parking lot itself was quite big, and even more noticeable now, with fewer cars blocking the view. It took a little while to actually locate Cove's car across its expanse. Eventually you found it, and the two of you bundled inside of the vehicle and buckled up. Leave him. I think the game is saying we're past that now. This is the best stream ever. Bullying theories, Matt references. Okapi singing, absolute cinema. It truly does have everything, doesn't it? Have you ever watched Rio 1 and 2? I actually haven't. I haven't watched those movies. I remember when they came out and I remember them advertising, but I never got the chance to watch them. The trip home was quiet, as you both silently reflected back on the experience. The event had been the biggest night of the year for Orca, and now it was all over, just like that. Outside your window, the surroundings soon became familiar, and you found yourself back in your neighborhood. Cove pulled the car into his driveway and put it in park before letting out a relieved breath. Home sweet home. Yeah. After climbing out of the car, you walked slowly down to the road, Cove coming over to stand beside you. Damn, you missed all the lore. Oh no! You're slacking off. I am, apparently. Alright. I already read that. You stopped in the middle of the street, right between your house and his, and turned to find him, finding him in the process of opening his mouth to speak. Strangely, he clamped his lips together, as though he had suddenly thought better of it. This is kind of awkward. Lumber time, Angie. I'm sorry, but you have to do it for the lore. I see. I'm gonna have to watch Rio 1 and 2. It's important for my own lore. I understand. Was thinking about changing my name, but I've already made my name Yuji in this chat. You were Beals before that, and then Minos for a little bit. You can change your name again. It won't be too confusing. This is kind of awkward. I can press it. Cove let out a little laugh, rubbing a hand over his face as he did so. Yeah, sorry. Pat him on the arm. We'll nudge him. That's what we've been known to do to him so far. Oh, you said hug. I nudged him. He gave you a small poke in return, blinking heavily as he smiled at you. Night, Rain. With a last wispy smile, he left towards the front door. Figuring you shouldn't linger in the street for much longer, you crossed the remainder of the road and did the same. When you reached your house, you pulled out your keys and stuck them in the door, trying your best to be silent about it. Kiss him! Wow! Escalating things. Sorry, Cove, but it's bedtime and I gotta turn in before my moms go to bed so I can get my bedtime soon. Marry him! Punch him! The chat is varied, as always. Some great options here. Opening the door a crack, you turned back and looked at Cove from over your shoulder. Your eyebrows lifted in surprise to see he was doing the same, holding his front door open but waiting for you to go inside before he did. You shared an amused smile before you both stepped into your own houses, locking the door behind you. Aw. It was quite late, so everyone else was already asleep. As quiet as a mouse, you tiptoed into your bedroom and changed out of your formal clothes into your pajamas. Now that you were finally home, you were exhausted. You brushed your teeth and got ready for bed in darkness before crawling under the covers and letting out a heavy breath. Punch him, then marry him, then divorce him now! Hey, they've already slept together! So we're past that. It was slept beside each other. There was nothing more implied there. I'm on Tappy's side, break his heart. Hold on. Let's see. We read that already. Take your bets now. Is he gonna break into our room? It was all strange to think about how that was it. The build up to the event had felt like so much. Now it was completely behind you. Your mind was busy with rapid yet muddled thoughts as you faded closer and closer to sleep. As unconsciousness creeped up on you, you felt more content. It was a big deal, but there would be more in the future. You could accept that it had been, and you could dream about what you'd get to experience next. And then you were taken away from your dreams right back into reality by a sound. I knew it! He's gonna break into the room. Lock your window. Going to sing Fireflies? Yeah, do it! The chat is now a war zone. Tactical nuke incoming. Oh, man. Let's see. Your eyebrows pinched together, fully unprepared to be a part of the waking world again. The day was over, and it had been an eventful one. But you heard another noise. It was tapping. Your eyes flew open. The window. There was tapping that came from your window. He's trying to get in. I knew he was going to try to get in. Cove Holden. You slowly forced yourself to get up. He woke me up. How dare him? You pried yourself out of bed. Your blanket was flung back. You rolled and then sank to the floor. You froze for a second there to let your half-asleep brain process the fact you were mostly on your feet now. There was another tap at the window. You shuffled towards the window, something akin to a zombie. Blearily, you opened the window and there was Cove. You blinked at him. You had not been surprised to find Cove awkwardly crouched on your window ledge. However, you were taken aback to see that he was a little overdressed. Cove hadn't changed out of his formal clothes. When suddenly, there came a rapping, as if someone gently rapping at my freaking window! You also noticed that he was perched clumsily. You didn't know if it was because he was trying to keep his fancy clothes clean, or if it felt weird about something. His body was too stiff and awkward. Even given that Cove was normally all thumbs, he looked off balance significantly more than usual. Cove smiled sheepishly. Happy early. Hey! I'm not that old! And it's not for another week, it's on Monday. Not this Monday, next Monday. It's on the 10th. Quote the Cove, sleep no more. Hey, Rain. It's nice to see you, Romeo. Have you looked at a clock? It's too late for this. I like that one. I'm going with that one. So you think you can stone and spit my head? Ah, we're doing more. We're doing more Bohemian Rhapsody. You moved aside and let him climb inside. He cautiously stepped down by stretching his legs over. Strangely, he didn't use his hands for support. It was clear to you now. He was holding something. When he was safely on his feet, he briefly checked out his clothes, twisting around to see the back of his pants. He caught you looking and shrugged. I did go home after the event, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to settle down, so I just walked back out. Yeah? I don't think Cove knows how to read a clock. Apparently not. I needed fresh air and time away from everything. He paused for a moment and raised his clasped together hands where you could see them. But then something happened and, well, so I have something I want to show you. Cove grinned like a child and gently unfurled his fingers, not being able to keep you in suspense for even a moment. Carefully sitting inside with a tiny yellow light, it blinked off and then on again, a firefly. Delicately, he moved his hand closer so you could see the creature better. They're back. He closed his eyes, his smile now faintly illuminated by his insect companion. Honestly, I didn't think I'd see them this year. I don't know why, it's just they were kind of late, and I guess I've been worrying a lot about stuff lately. Make him leave. Cove is just a baby. He's 20 years old. He is just a baby. Let's see. How did he climb up there with the firefly glass in his hands? Did he not? How did he not crush the poor thing? I have no idea. But he's letting that thing loose in my room now, isn't he? Broski crazy. Yep. You could tell that the firefly genuinely lifted his spirits. He seemed at peace, and he wanted to share that with you. So, bro, Cove went to the field behind the house, found a firefly, grabbed it, had it in his hands, and decided to run back to our house at the dead of night, climb up and wake us up by tapping on the window so he could break into our room and show us that firefly. Just getting that story straight. The fact that his first thought after discovering the fireflies was to come over and celebrate the joy with you made you suddenly feel very cherished. Yes, cherished, that was exactly what I was thinking. To be fair, I would be pissed being woken up. I hate being woken up, so I would not be happy. But like, yeah, sure, cherished, we'll go with that. He's so clingy, yep. Cove opened his eyes, but he looked away, not meeting yours.
It's nice.
It's really nice, I think. Even if the fireflies disappear for a while, it doesn't mean they're really gone. They'll come back. I can see them again. Technically fireflies aren't ever gone. They're just eggs and larvae. He's just a poor baby. Oh, we're back to Bohemian Rhapsody. I see. Okay, we smiled. And then you looked at the firefly keenly. There was definitely something poetic about them. You felt a warmth in your heart. Cove looked at your face, his smile now fragile. It makes me think about the two of us. We're together. Then we say goodbye, and then we're together again, day after day, year after year, and even if our time apart gets longer, that doesn't make it forever. Rain, I'll always be there, whenever you want to see me. So we already determined that we're not confessing to him. We're making him confess to us, right? Like that was the whole thing. In Cove's defense, fireflies are based. Yeah, they are cool. Okay, we have one for confessed. Yes to what? He has to be the brave one. So we have yes to confess, and then yes to make him confess. Girl logic. What does that mean? I want to say Okapi's thing is for confessing to him now. So we have at least 2 for confessing now, and 1 for making him confess. So I'll give 3 more seconds. 3, 2, looks like we're confessing. Sorry, space. Say his name, you tried. You're tired? Or make him confess and say no? No, many relationships did not start because the girl wanted the boy to confess, but did not want to confess themselves. That is true. That is a real thing. It's just, you know, seeing him confess is also kind of sweet in this game, but it also means stringing along the friendship route for a really long time. I can't believe we're lowering ourselves. Hey now, hey now. I am gonna make him propose, though. I'm not gonna propose to him. There's a proposal method I really want to unlock in this game. Your heart started to pound. The harsh beat drowned out all other sounds. You stared at him with a firm gaze. You both had known each other for so long. You'd always known how special Cove was to you. Even when you were kids, there was no one like him, and no matter how much time passed, no one could replace him. You had never let yourself say it before, but not any longer. This wasn't the time to keep your feelings to yourself. Cove's expression shifted to something concerned. His brow was furrowed, and he waited for your response. There was something fragile there, unsure. Okay, guys. Decide. I'm gonna drink some water. You guys can decide how you want to do this. Cove, I like you so much. First option it is. You placed a hand over your chest, hyper aware of how nervous you were as you waited for him to respond. Cove froze up, face stuck in a shocked expression, but you noticed a slight tremble travel through his body as he went dark red. He swallowed hard.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Rain. His eyebrows furrowed, and he openly struggled with his words. He made several false starts, unintelligible pieces and parts of thoughts. Finally, his voice cracking all the while, he got something out.
Yes.
I just that excited, yes. The firefly's still there. He's watching this. He's like, bro, is this really happening? I was like terrified for the longest time because this guy just like grabbed me out of my space while I was chilling, and now I have to watch this stupid teenage confession scene. Oh, this is awkward. I don't feel the same. Cove wouldn't say that, and you know it. It was worth the wait. Shut it, Bear. Yes, okay, yes, I want to be with you. I always have. I can't even remember what it was like not to want to see you every day. It was like he could barely process it, as if he'd never thought reality would let him have this. He started sniffling. He's gonna cry. He's gonna cry. I'm just so glad He scrubbed at his eyes. His voice went soft then. My whole life, as soon as I knew what it meant to like somebody, I pictured this. Even if I couldn't make it happen, for me, it's only you. His arm faltered, causing the firefly to fly off, and now it's stuck in my room. It's trapped. Thanks, Cove. Let's see. Space and Yuji arguing with each other. He recentered himself, looking into your yellow eyes. Rain, if I can, I'd like to be your boyfriend. I'd like it a lot. I can't think of anything I'd like more. His lips quirked into a shy smile as he let out a laugh so airy it was nearly a cough. Finally! Say no. I don't think there's a no option. We were the ones that confessed. Finally. All right, finally. Go for it. It's all yours. Yep, thank you for singing for us, Okapi. All right. How far do we want to go with this? Do it for the lore. I mean, the obvious one, I guess, is finally going in for the kiss. It is the classic move, huh? So, yeah, I suppose. Too bad there's no option to fist bump him. Also, I think YouTube is censoring some things from chat. There's a few messages that aren't coming in. Just a warning for some of you. Marry him. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We still have a little bit to go before that. Anyway, I think kiss was the first thing that came in that I was able to see. So, there we go. You reached out to him, letting the distance between the two of you shrink. Within seconds, you were close enough to feel his breath on your face, and you saw the moment it dawned on him. Cove looked nervous but determined, and brought his face to yours. Your noses brushed together when he paused, unable to will himself to move further. But you could! Thank you for hearing my singing. Thank you for singing for us! Yeah, go ahead, perform your song, Space. You bridged the slight distance that remained and kissed him. He kissed you, feather-light and brief. He broke the kiss after only a taste, but kept his face near, resting his forehead on yours for a moment, as if to truly breathe you in. Then, as if there was never a pause at all, you were kissing again. This time it was longer, his mouth more eager. He was absolutely still nervous. You could tell from his shaking hands as he cupped the back of your head, but you could feel that the thought of kissing you wasn't a new concept for him. Uh-huh. Of course that's what you sing. Space, of course. You guys are singing to each other, huh? The only way someone as hesitant as Cove could respond as readily as he did was if he'd taken time to think on it before this moment. The realization of that thrilled you. You knew this was right. When you looked into Cove's face again, his smile was sparkling bright, much more so than the firefly he had brought you. Yeah, that firefly gone now in my room. Thanks for that. His eyes prickled with tears as he sniffled, but you could recognize equal joy taking over him. You both were happy together. You were together and happy. We'll wipe away his tears. It's kind of cute. I do like to be cute sometimes, okay? You carefully brushed aside the tiny water drops with your thumb. Cove bashfully leaned into your caress. He ducked his head with a childish giddiness and peeked at you out of the corner of his eyes. Thanks for waiting for me. Yeah, it was definitely a wait. and you just kissed. That's right, Okabe. The relationship seems more solid than the many I've ever seen. It's a very cute relationship. I mean, you know, it's the childhood friend relationship. It was definitely a wait. Yep, there we go. Rain. We're gonna have to tell everybody about this, aren't we? Your moms, my parents, Liz, Terry, Miranda, everyone. I don't think they'll be surprised. He smiled at you with an unabashed preciousness. You figured that even without your history, if anyone caught Cove looking at you like that, it'd be obvious exactly how he felt. His openness of character had some truly delightful benefits. You were worth it, eh? We rizzed him up, yeah! Chat and Angie in a few minutes. I'm going to sing another song. So, does anybody have song suggestions? Let me think. You can do, like, a Disney Bohemian Rhapsody. We've been singing that the whole time. There's like, Can You Feel the Love Tonight with like, that's the first thing that pops into my head with the firefly and everything. Of course, my first thought is Disney show tunes, but you know. Alright, you must have been making an expression equally as affectionate, because he began to fluster again. He made some stuttering chuckles and then quieted down, his mouth forcefully staying closed. You both took a moment to process. After 10 years of being together, you were officially a couple now. Yeah, man, that definitely was a long time, huh? Angie's cousin is Cthulhu. Her other cousin is Ariel. I'm not related to, like, every sea creature out there, okay? Cove looked into your eyes with a soft, slightly shy expression. There was hope in his smile. Do you want to go to the hill with me? I bet there's still fireflies. I love that you can be like, I'm too tired. Bye, bro. And flounder. I'm just related to all of them, apparently. Angie, which version can you feel the love tonight? You want me to sing the movie or the Elton John version? That's a good question. Let's do the Elton John version. Bro, it's bedtime. How could you do this? How would you know? Did you make a DNA test? I guess we don't have many DNA tests under the sea. And her grandpa is Neptune Poseidon. But you know, like, I'm more of the sea monster variety. I always wanted to be like the cute, girly mermaid people. That's why I had to make a deal with that sea witch, remember? I only look cute now because I made a deal to become cute. Elton John version. Go with that one. I think that one might fit. Yeah, I'll choose the It's Late. Because, like, I'm a very tired person naturally. I think I'd also just naturally be like, ugh, bro, sleep. So, Bear came in first with that tired. He smiled a little more, very softly.
Good night.
It's okay. Good night. His voice was quiet but content. The part that mattered happened, and he couldn't be disappointed with that. Good night. Cove looked at your bedroom door, and then back at the window. He made a decision and started to head towards his personal exit. It's probably better if I don't get caught. He gave you one last smile as you saw him off. His climbing was a lot more graceful now that he wasn't holding a living creature. Yeah, the living creature, he's still left in my room. I haven't forgotten that. He waved at you from the ground and then disappeared into the night, behind the side of your house. You stayed at your window for a minute longer. You could see a firefly in the distance. Cove was right. You may have said farewell for tonight, but it was only for now. You'd see him again. We're dating now, I better see him again. Alright, I can't believe it, but it's already been almost 2 hours. So, yeah, I guess we're gonna have to end stream. Dad Poseidon, Mom, question mark, Cousin Cthulhu, Ariel, Uncles SpongeBob, Aquaman. Wow, my lore, you guys are really filling in some pieces for me, huh? I don't know how I'm related to any of these people, but yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Aquaman, right. Alright. So, the lore is expanding. Oh my gosh. So, as a reminder, my birthday is on the 10th. I am streaming that day, so we will be having a birthday party. Of course, everyone is invited. So, please join me on that day. I'm not entirely sure what I will be doing yet. I am open to suggestions if you guys want to DM me. I'm kinda tired, sorry. That's fine, it's okay, I get it. Let's see. Whoa, you have a birthday? Yes, I have a birthday. Watching, is that Game Theory? Will there be cake? Probably. For me. I can't afford a full cake, I can only afford a slice. Thank you for listening. Thank you for singing for us. Alright, that's all I have. I don't think there's any more announcements to do. I always end up forgetting things to say. Give us cake? I can't afford to give anyone cake. What do you think now that me and Cove are boyfriend and girlfriend? I'm happy for you guys. Can I have some cake? Maybe. I might share cake with my mods, I guess. Alright. I will see you guys next time. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next stream. I'm streaming Wednesday this week with the new horror game. Surprise on what that will be. So I will see you then. As always, love you lots, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!